something that I just want to have faff around with. So I have this, which is Jaggery, which is sugar. I forgot where it comes from, but anyway, it's Jaggery, and it's been in the cupboard for 2 years now. So you kind of think, every time I open the cupboard, I look at it and I think I'll have to do something with that. And then I was thinking, yes, let's do something with it. Let's do two things with it. Look, we're going to do, yeah, we'll do 2 for 1. So we'll do 2 recipes on this Jaggery and see if we can work it. I've put it in cakes before and it works. I've put it in as the replacement sugar in a Christmas cake and it was lovely as well. Well, rich fruit cake. But I was kind of thinking, can we make a fatless sponge with it, where we whisk up eggs and sugar and then fold in flour and then bake in the oven to make like a Swiss roll type of thing. So I thought, yes, let's have a go at that. And then we're also going to make some shortbread as well. I kind of thought not Scottish, well, shortbread biscuits made with this Jaggery might be kind of quite nice as well. It's got like a caramelized sugar molasses kind of taste to it. I kind of thought that would be kind of quite nice. My mum used to make a cake which was called spice. She used to call it spice cake, and it was just a normal cake mixture made with brown sugar with a few bits of dried fruit in there, and it was very nice. And there was no spice in it. It was just the caramelized flavour of the sugar that made it taste a little bit spicy, a little bit different. And I kind of thought, well, along the same kind of lines here. So 6 eggs, 250 grams worth of grated, and you have to grate it, which is a bit of a pain, of the Jaggery. That into there, and then I've forgotten how much. I think it's the same weight of flour as it is sugar. I think it's a slightly different recipe than a fatless sponge. Is this a slightly different ratio? So it is a fatless sponge, but not in the proper sense of a fatless sponge, but it's in a certain ratio of eggs to sugar to flour. So we'll whisk it up, see if it whisks up. I've grated it finely, so it should break down, and the agitation of the whisk attachment on the mixer should break it up further, and it should whisk up. Fingers crossed. Right, so that has whisked up. I need to use this bowl for some whisking up some more egg whites. It's kind of losing the bubbles are coming out of it, so we better act quick. I'm going to use this bowl for something else, so I don't want to have to wash it in between baking, so we can just transfer it into another bowl, and then we can use the mixing bowl again, because I'm fed up of washing up. Really should get a dishwasher, shouldn't I? No, because then things would be in the dishwasher when I needed them. So fold in, just like you do with a fatless sponge, self-raising flour. It is 250 grams, so 6 eggs, 6 medium-sized eggs, 250 grams worth of sugar of choosing, and then 250 grams of self-raising flour. It's just a cheap supermarket flour. I sometimes put a little bit of extra baking powder in, just to give it a bit of oomph. And I have found that putting extra bit of baking powder in makes your cake tops come out flat rather than domed. So that's an interesting thing, isn't it? I'm sure I heard it somewhere first, and then but I'd always put a little bit of baking powder in. Yeah, so I've got lots of containers which are baking pans and things at the same size. A good way to fit baking parchment into the pan is to put another pan inside it and squish down like that, and then that just goes to the shape of the baking pan. Right, and then should have the oven on, shouldn't I? So 180 degrees, whatever that is in the rest of the world, or in gas, I don't know. It's standard, isn't it? So pretty much everything. Oh, it just needs a little bit of extra mixing in. Well, I'm not too fastidious about that. space. I need a bigger kitchen. No, I don't. I don't need a bigger kitchen. I just need to be more organised, because whatever space you get in life, you fill it. I have found, so the more cupboard space you have, the more you fill it full of rubbish that you don't really need and you really should throw away. Turn into a bit of a hoarder. Some people do. Well, lots of people have got things in their lives that they really should get rid of, including people. No, not get rid of as in, dispatch them, but getting rid of toxic people's a good thing. So, into the oven until it's cooked. That's how long. Really should taste a bit of cake mix, shouldn't we? So, how's it taste? Like cake mixture. It's quite nice, isn't it? Right, so, yeah, the only thing we'll have to be careful of, because the sugar is already caramelised, and there might be it'd be difficult to tell. The cake might burn easier, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. That's the only thing we need to kind of think about. And also, we can't go on the colour of the cake as an indicator of if it's ready, because it's going to be a darker cake because of the Jaggery. So we just need to go. We'll have to just be a little bit careful with when we're baking it. Smells ready. Let's have a look. There we go. It's certainly darker than normal Fatless Sponge. I've got another Fatless Sponge in there, but it's not just kind of quite ready. So we'll be able to do a bit of a comparison. So it's certainly cooked. It's certainly cooked. I'm going to dry it out anyway, so I'm going to cut it in sponge fingers and dry it out like biscotti. I quite like a biscuit in the afternoon if I'm going to have a cup of coffee or something. And I'd much rather make my own biscuits, and I know what's gone into them, rather than buy something from the shop. So, but we'll have a look. When the other one comes out, we'll let them cool, and then we'll cut into them, and we'll have a taste, and we'll see what they're like. So, this is going to be the shortbread. So it's 110 grams of butter, it's 50 grams of the Jaggery, which I've grated, and then it's 175 grams worth of plain flour. I've just softened the butter into the Jaggery, and then we're just going to beat in this flour that's in a strong white flour bag, but it's actually plain flour. So the pastry that you make pastry out of. Yeah, I'm just going to mix it around, and then we'll roll it out. It looks like it's melted in. It's gone like a caramelly fudgy colour. Tastes really nice. At the back, when we're going to roll it out, I'm not going to cut it into discs. I think we're going to cut it into squares. I think that would be the best way to bake it and make it. Right, we've made a paste. So, a little bit of flour, not too much. Probably a little bit too soft, but I shall just have to use all my skills to roll it out flat. Just gently, gently, gently. Lots of things in the kitchen you can't really teach, you've just got to do, and hopefully I should have rolled it out on the baking parchment, shouldn't I? Should have rolled it out on the baking parchment. Not to worry. See, that's what the problem is there. It's just done that. Is that about right? I think that's about right. I think that'll be about the right thickness. And then I can't remember what temperature it is. We need to cook them on. Let's have a look in the bureau book. So I'm sure it's page 19. Now there we go. Bake at 160 gas mark 325 Fahrenheit. So 160. That's fine. So we can go on now. Although you don't necessarily have to preheat. And I'm not really bothered about it. These are funny shapes, no. So I'm quite happy with that. It's only going to be me that's eating them, unless I get visitors. I don't encourage visitors. One of my friends keeps wanting to come round. She goes, "Oh, we don't know where you live. We'd like to come round and see you." And I kind of think, "Yeah, no, because I'd have to clean the house." So one day they will come round, unannounced. So that like that, and then just transfer onto baking sheet like that. We'll just have to be careful because, like I said before, the caramelised bit of the Jaggery will make them want to burn a little bit easier. So maybe 150 would be better. Let's do it on 150, and then it's more a case of the oven temperature is just setting the biscuits rather than cooking them too vigorously. I don't know why I started saying vigorously like that. I think I've nicked it from the chef Jeremy Lee, who's very entertaining on television and in real life apparently. So I have to do these in 2 batches because I've made too much. No, I haven't made too much, but can't make too many biscuits, can you? So into the oven, and then we'll see how they turn out. Oh yeah, so I bought these trays years ago, and the measurements that they gave online aren't exactly the right measurements that the tray is in real life. So it doesn't fit in my oven that way, but it fits in the oven that way. So it just pays to think outside the box now and again. The first batch of biscuits are ready. They haven't gone too far. So let's just do that. Tray can go back in the oven for the minute, and we'll just let those cool down slightly, and then we'll cook into this Jaggery Fatless Sponge. So, Jaggery Fatless Sponge, normal Fatless Sponge. It's certainly darker. But I don't think that's a bad thing. So, should have done this sooner, shouldn't I? Instead of faffing around on camera. But if you want to faffing around on camera, you've come to the right place. So, in half, because we're going to do sponge fingers, and then we'll get like a proper cross section of it. It feels quite rubbery. Oh, that's alright. It's got a nice colour to it. That one out of the way, and then we'll cut from the centre. I really need more space. And then just like that. That's okay. It'll hold together nicely when it's dried out. How's it taste? Very nice. Going to make a nice biscotti, is that? Right. You'd think there was maybe a little bit of spice in there. You can, what's in there? And it's just the Jaggery. But you could just make it with soft brown sugar in the same way. But anyway, so that's nice. That's a success. That's going to be a nice mid-afternoon treat after my afternoon snooze. And then how are these? That one, nice and crumbly. They're delicious. You'd kind of say, well, you just left them in the oven a bit too long, but they've got like a lovely malty caramelly flavour to them. So, they're going to be really nice for an little afternoon snack as well, after my snooze. So, same again. You don't need to buy any jaggery. You can just use soft brown sugar. Like this. So you can buy a dark. You can buy a dark. This is light brown soft sugar. You can buy a dark brown soft sugar, which is got a stronger flavour to it, and you kind of put it in rich fruit cakes, the darker one. But I don't like it too. I don't like it too heavy and too rich. But you could use that, and you get the same kind of result in your shortbread biscuits. So they're a success as well. That's very nice. I've got 2 more batches to cook, and it's 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. Why on earth did I start baking at this time? But anyway, that's a success. They're delicious. I'll be certainly making those again.